Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Always Sometimes Monsters. Let's continue. It's another day down and I seriously thought I would be done with this game by this point, but whatever. I think we're going in here and we're doing the race and hopefully I succeed at the race and we make it to San Bernardino. Everyone's waiting for me back at the track. Am I really ready to do this? Yes, let's go race. So, if we fail, I suppose we just give it a second try, and then, depending on how we fail, look at all these kids, they're gonna get run over, and if that doesn't work, we may just go back and sleep for a day and cut the brakes, because after 2 attempts, I guess we'll just have to cheat. Or we'll just see what happens. Alright, you ready to settle this once and for all? Wagers 1 lap around the track. Fastest time wins. You win, you get the car. I win, you stay here and work with me, moving scrap for 3 months. We know that what's at stake already. I just don't want to hear you complaining when we wipe the floor with you. Oh, come now, Mark. What would the big guy say if he heard you talking like that? That's between me and him now, isn't it? Why don't you go ahead and worry about who's going first? We want to go second so we know what we're running up against. Oh, you just want me to warm up the track for you. Tell you what, we flip-floor it. Winner gets to go last. Go on, Jill. Call it, okay? Heads or tails? Tails? See, and this is disconcerting here because this means that there's potentially some randomness here, even if I did cut his brakes. If we went like first, I guess it doesn't matter either way. Stan flipped the coin. It's tails. Always bet on tails. Tails is slightly heavier than heads. Hey, I guess someone is looking out for us after all. What's it matter? You're never gonna beat my time. I know this track like the back of my hand. Well, let's get a move on then. Jill's looking to get out of here sometime this year. Alright, just give me a second. Alright, you munchkins, be good and make sure these two don't cheat. Once Daddy's finished, we'll all go out for ice cream. How's that sound? Oh, so every single one of the kids in the trailer park is the mechanics kids. And they were all of different races, and I still kind of think that they just picked random characters from some RPG Maker set of characters here, but I think there might be an implication here too that he slept with every woman in town and got them pregnant. Yay, ice cream! We love you, Daddy. Go, Daddy, go. We're gonna cheer for you. Alright, munchkins, I'll see you at the finish line. Be good. So, we kind of now understand why they were saying they loved their daddy and never talked about their mother. I'm only gonna do this once, so keep an eye on that timer, future. I know you ain't gonna cheat me, but I don't want any accidents here. You just worry about the race. Ready when you are. 3. Now, before we go any further, it is worth pointing out that the blue car is right in the middle of the racetrack if you have to cross the line to go in the circle. So there's no way he's not crashing right into your car. This doesn't make sense. They didn't think that through very well. 2, 1, go. So, I'm hoping that our race is exactly like this, and we don't actually have to drive. He's bouncing back and forth. See, he just drove right over the car. Daddy, you went so fast. You're the best, Daddy. Nobody beats my daddy. He's the fastest. Next time, take me with you. Huh? Okay, settle down. Preacher, how'd I do? Just shy of a minute and a half. Stopwatch says 1:28. Not too shabby if I do say myself. You're gonna have a hell of a time beating that. Come on, let's clear the way for him to go. So, that was really fast. I don't know if I can beat him. Like, if we had cut the brakes, we're basically killing these kids' father and doing an awful thing. But I mean, even if the guy didn't have kids, it doesn't matter. It's still an awful thing. I mean, did you see how he handled the corners? He practically broke the laws of physics. I know, it's ungodly. We put a lot of work into the girl, though. She's bound to treat us right for it. I just need you to believe we can win. Then everything's gonna be fine. So even if I did have to race here, a minute and 28 seconds, I could probably get under that. Almost certainly. Let's just see what happens. Do you believe we'll win? Yes, of course. I do. Well, just do your best. I don't want you walking out of here with any regrets. If there's something we could have done to help our chances, we'd have done it. Are we going or what? Go on, I'll see you at the finish line. Win or lose, I'm proud of you, baby girl. See, and looking at other people's times in this game, I wonder if there's just ways you can end the story early. And because it seems like other people either quit without getting anywhere in the game or are playing way faster than me. Okay, it's time to see what you can do. Better hope the Lord's watching over her, hey preacher. Alright, let's get the show on the road. On my count. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm not hitting any controls. I'm not hitting any controls here. So this is just automated, which is very good because they do not have the programming ability to actually program a race mechanic. Haha, we did it. What was the time? I hate to say it, but the clock reads 1:27. You beat me by a whole 1 second. We won? We won! In your face, Stan. Now, let's be sportsmanlike. Put it there, Stan. It was a hell of a race. You're a better man than me, Mark. Stan gave Mark the keys to the car. Come on, you munchkin. Dad's gonna take you to get ice cream so you can forget he lost. One of the kids is not going. Geez, can they not program 4 people to walk at the same time? Is that a limitation of our RPG Maker or this engine? We got the keys, finally we can get out of this town. Yep, and you earned it too. Whenever you're ready, just come and see me and I'll take you out of here. We might just get you to that church on time after all. I have plenty of time at this rate. Like, unless there's a significant more amount of gameplay in San Bernardino, I think we're done. And again, it seems very strange. It seems like there were buildings we didn't do anything with in Beatonton. We didn't do anything with the strip club in Salt City. Maybe that's just the way it goes, or maybe it is the factor along the lines of, like, I'm playing too well, and if you play well you don't get to see the bad endings, because almost certainly if I got stuck in Salt City and couldn't win the race or do something like that, I would potentially just end up having to strip at the strip club or something. I'm looking for the car. Where is he? He's not at the church. Oh, here he is. Well, baby girl, I guess we're all ready to get you to San Bernardino. Carl's all ready, whatever you need. Unless, of course, you want to stick around for a bit. You want to take me to San Bernardino? Let's go. It's time to kiss this town goodbye. Let's hit the road. We got a road to burn. That's what I wanted to hear. Let's go. Now, as it stands, there's good reasons to decide what city you want to go back to after this. We could have a decent experience here in San Bernardino and San Bernardino, or however it's pronounced, and stay here. We could go back with Marcus and stay in Salt City and work at the church or something like that. We could go back to Beatonton and work with Larry and write books. I think in general that's at least what we would prefer to do, is work with Larry. It's kind of strange that I was in Dubstown in the first place. I could even go back to Dubstown and talk to Marka for work in the newspaper. There's people we've met everywhere, so I guess it's wherever the job would take us. Well, I guess this is it, baby girl. Here's at last, and gone so soon. I really enjoyed getting to see you again, you know. A big part of me never thought I'd get to see you all grown up, but I got more than I could ask for. It's really been a pleasure, Jill. Yeah, it's fun getting to know you too. Maybe I'll stop by Salt City sometime in the future or something. Bless you, baby girl. You know, you always got a place to stay with old Mark. I guess this is where we part for now, though, ain't it? Yeah, it seems that way. Thanks again for everything. Yeah, well, it's the least I could do. You've turned into such a fine young lady. It does me a world of good knowing I had some sort of hand in that. You take care of yourself, alright? You too, Mark. One more thing before I go. What's that? Stay true to who you are, whoever you think that is. Nothing's more important in this world or the next. Whatever comes your way, just try and be honest with yourself as you can. Maybe God will be watching, maybe not. They ain't for any of us to say for certain. For my own mistakes, though, I know that there's no escaping your past. So try to be decent in the present, alright? Yeah, I understand. Alright then, baby girl. It's time to shuffle off and let you get on. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. See, Mark is barely just it seems like he's only at most a couple years older than Jill. And he treats her like a daughter. So, I remember this place like it was yesterday. I guess I wouldn't want to go back and live on Larry's couch because his marriage is falling apart. And I probably wouldn't want to impose too much on Marcus either. But if I go back to Dubstown, I would have to just pay off my apartment and all of that. I remember this place like it was yesterday. We also found out Swagfest is happening here right now. So I wonder if there are any indie heroes collectibles around here. So the kid we saw in Dubstown that we gave the Swagfest pass to, we may run into him again, and hopefully we helped fix his thing. Because like, look at this pool. See, Casey, I thought was like Bob's father, adopted father, as the genders are kind of weird here, and I think they're just randomized. This is certainly something you wouldn't have to deal with in a JRPG game because all the characters would be effectively Japanese or white looking, so you don't have to worry too much about those issues if you randomize the sprites, where here it kind of makes no sense. But whatever. In we go in the back door. I should see if anyone's home before snooping. You hungry, little fish? So I fed the fish. There you go. We still don't know who Bob is marrying. And I assume it's probably going to be Sam. The game took control over. Casey? Jill, you know, I've got to say, I'm a little surprised you're actually here. I don't remember seeing your name on the seating arrangement for the reception. Well, I'm as surprised as anyone I was invited, all things considered. You were invited, weren't you? Yes, of course. I've got the invitation and everything. You showed Casey your wedding invitation. Came in the mail, just like everyone else's. Huh, how about that? Bob never mentioned you'd be coming. Or maybe I'm just not as sharp as I used to be. Either way, I wasn't about to let you come all this way and stay in some motel or something. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm not putting you out, am I? Not at all. Since Bob moved out, I've had the place all to myself. It's a funny thing, though, being on my own now. While you two were together, I couldn't wait for you two to get on my hair. Now that I finally got my privacy back, I kind of miss having people around the house. Guess the grass is always greener, huh? I guess sometimes it's true. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. It's alright. I'm over it. Bob made his choice. No sense in getting all worked up about it now, right? All that matters now is that things are the way he wants. I suppose that's true as long as it's true. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing really. Just you know how Bob and I are. We love each other a great deal, but we barely talk. I never did ask what happened between you two, why it all ended. It's one of those things that you always made me feel a little bit of a failure as a father. If it's too much to talk about, you don't have to. I just wish I knew what happened between you two. I mean, you seem so happy together. It's hard to imagine why it didn't work out. Well, I guess things aren't always as good as they seem from the outside. Truth be told, it kind of snuck up on me too. For lack of a better way of putting on it, who dumped who? I was worried you'd ask that. So, I think we can logically say clearly he dumped me. But I'm not really comfortable having the author of this game put the story decisions this so far into our hand here. Like, this shouldn't be the decision of the player. If you're trying to tell a tale, you should know. And the story works awfully if it says I dumped him. It's just not. It wouldn't make much sense. If I dumped him, I would probably still be mad at him. I wouldn't be pining for him, and I wouldn't run back towards him. I'm going to say he dumped me. He was the one who dumped me with good reason, I suppose. I can't say I didn't see it coming, all things considered. I messed up pretty badly. Why though? What made him want to leave you? Well, if there's a simple way to put it. I was needy. I was selfish. I was careless. I was unworthy. Interesting. Again, very uncomfortable with this idea. If she was needy, I could see that, not getting the work done and all that. Was she selfish? If she was selfish, she was also very stupid because she ended up with almost nothing. I was careless. I didn't care about Bob's feelings, I can't see any evidence to that one in it either. So, in the end, I have to go with I was unworthy. But lazy, I think, is the right one. I wish lazy was here. But And I almost want to go with careless, but like lazy I think is the right one. I bet she sat around all day doing nothing, trying to work on her book, not really succeeding, and making Bob work the whole time. And I would almost say that's needy, but I'm just going to go with unworthy. That's kind of a general answer. Honestly, I don't think I was ever truly worthy of a relationship in the first place. He was always too good for me, and he knew I was holding him back like an anchor. I suppose he thought he'd be better off without me. He left me because I don't deserve having someone like him in my life. Well, for what it's worth, Bob hasn't been the same since you split. Maybe that sort of breakup changes a person. Maybe he's just unhappy. All I know is that I'm not so sure everything's as good as it could be for him. Don't get me wrong for a moment. Bob couldn't pick a more fantastic person to marry. I just remember him being a lot happier while with you. But then again, this is what he wants, so don't get any ideas, alright? Doesn't matter what I say, he's made his choice. Look, I've gotta go get fitted for my suit. I hate doing this stuff, but I guess I shouldn't put it off any longer. You're welcome to stay here, there's no problem about that. The bedroom's yours if you want it. What about Bob? With all the money they've been making, they went and got an apartment closer to downtown. They stop by from time to time, but I've got the place mostly to myself these days. Make yourself at home while you're here, but don't eat all the leftovers, alright? Understood. Alright, do me a favor and make sure you lock up the place before you go. Last thing I need is another break-in. Can't afford to keep replacing all my stuff. That's my ride. See you soon, Jill. So, it still could very well be that he's marrying Sam, but it's kind of putting myself down more than I intended to say I was unworthy. But in the end, I suppose, who is really worthy of love? You either get it as a gift, or you don't get it at all. Nobody earns it. Let's go and make sure. I don't think I've ever left through this door. Why start now? Let's come down here and make sure we lock the door. So we've got some, like, okay, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to lock the backyard section. Get flicks, for better or for worse. Let's see, next, recommended for you, 3 hearts. Get flicks. Rewrite. Let's see, get flicks. Loving you is killing me. Captain Equality. Did I just watch Netflix and like I think I may very well have just accidentally watched Netflix. See, and I just feel like this game wants me to do something crazy, like try to get back with Bob, and I feel like it may very well force me into it, even if I don't really want to do that. And it just feels like it's gonna be unfair. Why is this door always locked? I'm not in the mood for a shower right now. And we're back here. It's just like, that's not where I'm mentally at, and I feel like the game may very well just force me into doing this. I'm here to just let him have what he wants and let him get married. In the end, sure, maybe Bob won't be happy with whoever he picked to marry. But am I really needing to be with Bob? We haven't had enough story or interaction or reason for any of that. All we've done is pine for a relationship that will never exist again. Alright, let's see. How do you sleep? Go to sleep. What's funny is she didn't write in the journal then. And we've got the dream flashback again. She didn't write in the journal. Oh, it's all wrong still. I can't get it right. I'm running out of time. What the hell is wrong with me? It shouldn't be this difficult. And so I imagine this is the breakup, and it's based on what I just said. What's the matter? Are you alright? Don't let my grumbling get to you. I'm just frustrated. Come on, maybe you can give this a read and tell me what's wrong with it. I'm sorry, Jill. I think it's time we had a talk. What's the matter, babe? Did I do something wrong? Whatever it is, I can fix it. I hope you can fix it for your sake, because I don't know what to do anymore. This rut you're in where you just constantly beat yourself up, it's not healthy. See, this is what saying you're unworthy gets you. You'd get a different response almost. Things aren't easy, but you can't just sit around feeling worthless all the time. Have some pride for what you've accomplished. Celebrate how far you've come. I'm sorry, I just don't feel very proud when nothing's coming out properly. I can't help feeling how I do. It's not like I'm choosing to be this way. If I could flick a switch and just be happy with things, then I would. But that's not how it works. Isn't it though? I mean, you keep waiting for something to make you happy. You keep waiting for a reason to feel worthwhile. For a while, I thought that I might be enough to give you that to you, but it's not true. You need to stop waiting for a person to find joy and start allowing yourself to feel it. Until you do, I can't help you, and I can't get dragged down with you. What are you saying, Bob? I'm saying that I miss the old you that was full of life, before you started judging yourself all the time. I'm saying that I can't sit here and watch you kill what little of that person is left. So this is it, huh? After all we've been through together, after all we thought we'd become, it just didn't see it like this. You're a real piece of work, Bob. I can't even talk. Say something, damn it. What's left to say but goodbye? This is the worst written breakup conversation I've ever read or seen. No passion. No anger. No frustration, really. Just badly written short dialogue. And if only it was just a dream. I didn't write in the journal. Do I have to do that now? Let's see. Like, it just didn't ask me. Interesting. So you would have definitely gotten a different section there, but up to that point, I don't feel like too much really would have changed. Like, certainly, I probably would have gotten a free ride in Beaten Town if I'd rigged the election. Certainly some outcomes would have changed in different ways. But at the end of the day, I think this game still ends in the same place. At that church. As for whether I'm worthy and happy now, I kind of think I am. I think even at the beginning of this game, I decided that it was better to do the right thing. Better to save up my money and sleep on the street and fish for food instead of buy garbage things. It's certainly an odd choice in lifestyle, certainly. No disagreeing with that. But working at the newspaper and helping the tenants and helping Dirty Don's nephew and trying to help Dark F, even though I may not have actually helped him. Trying to help Larry, trying to help Marcus, not doing the wrong things. I'm happy with my decisions. I went to confession and apparently had no sense to confess. Anywho, that's gonna be it for this recording. It won't be too long, I bet, until we're done. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.